Today we're going to make a monarch butterfly cutout, and this cutout is going to use what we call bilateral symmetry, which means it's going to be the same on both sides. To do this, I'm going to start with my paper horizontal. I'm going to fold it from side to side. I line up the edges, hold it in place and crease. And when I crease my paper and open it up, it creates this fold line right down the middle. I'm going to call that my line of symmetry. It's going to divide one side of my butterfly design from the other. A few fingers from the top, I'm going to make a line, just a short one that crosses the line of symmetry. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. So 3 fingers from the bottom, I'm going to make a mark. Now, when I fold my paper in half, I know that those marks are on the crease line right in the middle of the paper. And I can now draw my butterfly's wings. A monarch's wings are really big, and they're kind of a cross between a curve and a triangle. So I'm going to make a line that reaches from the line that I created almost all the way up to the corner. I'm going to have another curve that's going to come down and end right in the middle of my paper. That's the top wing. Now for the bottom wing, I'm going to start kind of in the middle of the top wing. I'm going to come down and around, and I'm going to end on the mark that I made on the line of symmetry. There we go. Now all I need to do to make this butterfly have symmetry is cut it out while it's folded. Before I cut it though, I want to make sure I cut the right spot. So I'm going to outline my wings, but I'm going to stop outlining when the 2 wings meet each other. So I'm going to come around, I'm using a black marker. I'm going to come around, and when these 2 wings meet, boop, I need to stop. I'm going to come back down and around, tracing the bottom wing. And I'm going to stop when I get to my line of symmetry. Now I know exactly what to cut out. Holding my paper with my helper hand, I'm going to carefully cut around that black line. Notice how my helper hand is steering my paper and my working hand is opening and closing the scissors on my outline. Now, if I open up my paper, I have a cutout butterfly. The next thing I need to do is make a body for my butterfly. I'm going to do that using my scraps because I still have this paper left over from where I cut out my butterfly. Look at that. Okay. I can cut off some of these corners so that I have a nice piece to work with. And on this, I'm going to draw kind of like an oval for the head, a long oval for the thorax, and another long oval attached to that for the abdomen. So oval, oval, oval. I can use my scissors and cut out the butterfly's body. Just like any insect, it has 3 parts. So I'm going to cut out the body. This is going to go right in the middle of my butterfly's wings. Just like that. And then I also want to cut out some antenna. So I can just use this scrap and cut out 2 long, skinny rectangles. There's one, and here's the other. If it's not a perfect rectangle, no big deal. Now all I need to do is glue stick all of this together. I have a glue stick. You could use regular glue. You could use tape. So I'm going to glue stick my body in the center. I'm going to go ahead and turn it over, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue there so I can stick my antenna on the back. There you go. Now all that's left to do is add those beautiful Monarch designs. You can do that in pencil first. Now Monarchs have neat designs on their wings. I'm going to start by making a line at the tip of each wing. Now notice if I do it on one side, I need to do it on the other side. That's symmetry. And I can make some spots. I have 3 here, so now I need to have 3 here. This is going to be the white Monarch spots. They also have some on the bottom. I did 4 there. I need to do 4 here. I have this line here that separates the top wing from the bottom wing. I'm going to do that down here too. And now you can just go ahead and start adding some lines. Whatever you do on one side, do it on the other. Add some lines. You can create shapes with those lines. Whatever you do on one side, do it to the other. You can make up your own unique design. So I have this line, I need to match it. And I have a line coming off of that I need to match. A line coming off of that. Once you've drawn everything in pencil, you can outline it with your black marker, fill in some of those black spaces, and then I have some crayons here, but you could color this using crayons. If you have a permanent marker, you could use watercolor pens. You use whatever materials you have. I'm also going to add, just before we end here, I'm going to add a little sweet face to my butterfly. Have fun!